Hello and welcome to Weaste Allotments. It's the 16th of November 2014. My name's Mark and this is my plot 65. The reason why I'm smiling there, the camera's giving it that, I've got it on a pole, and when you press the record it wobbles. Now I've got a remote control what I can just press, but I've lost the bugger in amongst all my toys. When I say toys, all my electronic toys, I need to find it, but there you go. Yeah, so we're down here on Allotments, Sunday evening. Time now is about quarter to 4. We got about another hour's worth of light and then it'll be dark. Not done much this week. Couple of disappointments as I've come down to on the allotments. A friend of mine's quit. He's handed his plot back. He's only had it a year. He put a I think it's about 10 foot shed on it and a 10-foot greenhouse, glass. Spent about 400 or 500 quid on it, and he's basically he sold it all to the guy further along for 100 quid. The lot, the shed, the greenhouse, the big water tank, everything. And the reasons for quitting, like I say, he works in the radiotherapy department, and I think it's Salford Royal Hospital, and he just hasn't got the time to run the plot and do his job. So he handed his notice in anyhow, so he's gone. Very sad. Nice lad as well. Gareth his name is. Yeah, I miss his dad as well. His dad's a nice old soak as well. Richard, nice lad. So yeah, sad to see him go. Obviously there'll be another plot. That plot will now come up available to whoever, and they'll just start the cycle all over again. There'll be a shed on it, a greenhouse. There'll be someone working it. What we really need is, to be quite honest with you, is that people are really keen who haven't got hectic lives like Gareth had. I mean, you can't have much more of an hectic life than what he is. Like I say, he works in an hospital. It can't be more anything worse. So there you go. The other disappointment, I've come down, apparently I forgot to lock my door early on in the week, and we had a really bad frost, and what it's done, oh god, what it's done, it's killed all my spuds. Just try and pull a couple of leaves off here, show you. There we go. They're all wilted, every one of them. There's plenty of water in the buckets, there's the soil's moist, there's everything you can put in it. But like I said, I left the door open and it just killed every one of them. All the tops are gone, and just like my peas, the peas succumbed to mildew off another plot. But you know, you can't help these things. And I was only 2 weeks away from cropping. They had decent peas this big on them, and it was already just starting to fill out when the mildew hit them, and it just killed them. Like I said, I left the door open, buggered off home, forgot I left it open, come back. Next morning all the plants are all on the last leg, so I don't think we're going to get a reveal. I'm going to empty these, cut the tops off the potatoes. I'll show you the potatoes in a bit. We'll cut the tops off and throw the compost in the compost bin. Unfortunately, there won't be a reveal at Christmas. Bit gutted really, but there you go. But I will be cleaning this greenhouse out because it's a bloody mess. A new subscriber give me a nice tip there. I can't remember his name offhand, but it was about the my herb bed, my raised herb bed, and what I didn't take into account, these herbs, they like a gravelly soil, and I was just going to stick them into pure compost. Well, thanks for that tip. Like I said, I've not planted them in the raised bed yet, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a load of gravel, and in the last inch or so of the inch of what I've got left on the top of the raised bed, I'm going to cover that basically gravel, but I'm going to plant them in, then put the gravel in. So they're staying. What I've got here is going to be staying in the greenhouse until I'm ready to do that. So there's plenty of time, and they're doing really well in here actually in the greenhouse. I've got some mint, parsley, thyme, rosemary. They will be going in that bed when I get some more gravel. And I've just used the last of my gravel on a gully what separates me shed from a new greenhouse, so I've used all that, so I need to get some more. I've got 5 strawberry canes, raspberry canes here, which I'll be putting into my new coal frame. They've been staying in there over winter, and what I'm going to do is try and get the root ball, then I'll put them into into one of these beds on the front of the plot, because I've got a few gaps where I planted a load last year and they didn't come up. Well, I've actually took cuttings off the ones what have come up, and I've put them into pots in here, so they're separate, and they're doing well. There's 5 of them. Like I said, I'll show you them in a minute. They'll be going in this coal frame. The plot, I've been tidying the plot up as I've been going along. It's looking a bit tidier. It looks a bit of a mess over the last couple of weeks. I'm just getting over a chest infection, and God, to top all, I had the man flu as well, so I've been really miserable. You probably hear me breathing's really bad at the moment. I've got a bunged up nose, a sulphurium with a bunged up nose. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. It's one of them voices that if it's not clear, you probably can't understand. Probably can't understand me anyhow, but there you go. It's just one of them things. Anyhow, like I say, this greenhouse, I'm going to be closing it down. Sadly, like I say, the spuds are on the last legs now. As is the other one, the other greenhouse at the top. Now that's okay, because that's got a load of lettuce in, and they're doing really well. I've actually got that locked up at the moment. I did have it open earlier, but I've locked it up, so I won't be trying to faff about with the camera and try to open it, but you might be able to see through the sides. It's pretty steamy in there actually, because I put like 12 inches of horse manure underneath the compost, so it's like heated beds. So that greenhouse is basically, it's always steamed up, so I've got to keep the windows open in the daytime and I close them at the night time, and the temperature is pretty high in there actually. That's why the lettuce is doing so well. As you know, we was robbed about a week or so back, and I noticed that they took me scales as well, so I've had to order some scales. They've even took me bloody light that I had in my shed, so I had to replace that. As you remember, I went to Wilkinson's. I think in the last video you see a load of bulbs that I bought. Well, I went back to that shop and I bought the rest of them, and I bought over 30 quid's worth of bulbs, 10 pence a pack, all different varieties. 50% of them, which is 150 packs, they're going around my garden at home. The rest of them, there's about 50 packs going around my plot, and the rest of them I'm going to be giving in to the allotments, so we can put them in the raised beds all around the allotments, so we have some colour. I did it last year. I get these. I do a lot of car boots from time to time, and I see these deals, and when I see them, I snap them up. But this was Wilkinson's who was doing this deal, and yeah, I just emptied the bucket, the bins that they were all in, and took the lot. Like I said, it wasn't just for myself, so I'm not being greedy. It was for everybody. Yeah, well, I was at the car boot today, and the ones what was pinch, which was after my tulips, so like a mixed different tulips. So there was they disappeared when the shed got raided. Well, I bought some more of them. I think it was 10 packs for 5 quid. I mean, Wilkinson's, I bought 50 packs of the same thing for the same price, but these particular tulips I really wanted, so I had to pay that extra. I had to go and buy them, so I went and bought the ones what was stolen. And there was another thing as well what was taken, was me Jolly Roger flag. They snapped the bugger off and they took the flag, and yeah, a bit gutted about that. Anyhow, I managed to get another one online, only £3.50. So I can tell you the Jolly Roger is flying once again over Weaste Allotments. I got a few other deals as well this week. It's like a double shovel, double handle. You stick it in the ground and you lift the soil out. It's for putting posts in really. And I got a real good spade as well. I paid £8 for the two of them. So they won't be staying in my shed, that's for sure. They're coming home with me. But I've got them in my top shed at the moment. I'll show you them later. Like I say, I got them today. Bargain and a half. I also got did alright today, got a nice Makita drill there, paid £12 for, 2 batteries, power pack. I wish these guys check the fuses in the power packs before they start selling these things, and then they wouldn't rip themselves off. Or what was wrong with this particular drill was the fuse in the power pack. It completely run the batteries down. He had no way of charging the obviously because the power pack wasn't working, and all it was a fuse. So I put the fuse in when I got back home. The fuse wasn't even in the power pack. So don't know what the hell he was playing at. Put the fuse in, put the batteries on charge. Bzzz, works perfect, absolute fantastic, brand new Makita. It's only got the 10 milli the head on it, but perfect for an allotment. So yeah, I did really well there. Yeah, so I had a few bargains today. I'm quite chuffed, and like I say, disappointment with the potatoes, and also with Gareth there going. He was a nice lad. It's a shame to see people who put all the work in and then walk away. So he's not wanting even here 12 months, unfortunately. But what he done in the time he was here, I mean, it takes some of these plot holders years and years to done what he's done. But there you go, circumstances. Everyone's got different things what needs to be addressed, and sadly that was his problem, his work really. Right, anyhow, we're going to swing the camera around. I'm going to show you some really sad news. Show you my potatoes. They're looking really, really bad. There's nothing I can do about it. So here we go. I'm going to whip this off the stand. We're going to swing the camera around, and this is what we're looking at. Well, there you go. That's the remains of one bucket. There's the remains of the other, all the way along. What's happened is the cold's come in, and it's hit these ones here along here first. The one what it hasn't got so much is this one right next to the door, which is shielded from with this panel here in front. But again, it's on its last legs, and there's now what I can do. They was really, really healthy as well, these. Absolute gutted about them. And what I didn't do as well, I didn't put this bubble wrap over them. And yeah, that's what's did it. No bubble wrap, and the bloody door wide open. These are my herbs here, what will be going into that raised bed. Oh, there's my flask there. And these will be going into my cold frame. These are the raspberry canes. The leaves have almost all come off the fig tree now, so I'll be wrapping that up in bubble wrap shortly. Let's come out of here. Here's the lad in question. That's his shed there. That one, what you're looking straight in front there. And there's his greenhouse there. And he paid, I think he paid £80 for the greenhouse. It's a 10-foot greenhouse. He paid £150 for the shed. The frame what's protecting the greenhouse, I don't know if you can see it there, that must have cost him about £80. And I think the water tanks cost him £40. He sold the lot to the lad on the next plot for £100. So he was very lucky, Alan, to be there at the time he was kicking it in the head. He just one of them things. That was it, end of. Well, there you go. Anyhow, back to my plot. What the video's all about, I suppose. So there's my broad beans. I need to put some poles in here to grow them up. Cabbage is doing all right. At least where they had the peas, I've took the peas out now. There was nothing I could do with the peas because they've got mildew on them. It really killed them, really did. It didn't last long as well. It was a quick death for the peas. However, the beetroot's doing okay, and the Swedes are doing all right. The carrots are still there. I haven't took any carrots yet. Well, I have took a few, but they're only like They're only small carrots. They're about the same size of Aaron's carrots, but they're designed to be that big. I don't know what Aaron's were, they're supposed to be a big carrot or not, but these were like them little round stumpy things, what I've got in here. My girl's just feeding the faces and getting ready for bed. Like I said, I've still haven't been able to find solar panels what was nicked out of my shed to put up there. As soon as I find some, I'll be sticking them up, I can tell you. My garlic's doing really well here. Now, that was the garlic that's about 3-4 weeks old, that garlic there. Now there's jumbo and there's Marco there. 90 jumbo, 30 Marco. What we're looking at here is another thing as well what I'm disappointed with my broccoli. Well, I'm not disappointed, I'm just surprised. As you look down there, the broccoli's starting to come up. I was expecting that around about February. And they're flowering already, they've actually come up already, so in the next 4 or 5 days I'm going to have to take the the broccoli and freeze it in the freezer. But I mean, it's come up, I mean, it's not dead or out, it's just that it's come up too soon for me, unfortunately. But yeah, it will get it, I can guarantee. Every one of them's all got the heads on now. So we're coming to this garlic here now. There's 3 lots of 3 different stages here. Now these are put in yesterday. The ones I put in the middle, these jumbo garlic, I put in 3 days ago, and the ones on the end I put in on the last video, which was about a week ago. So you can see the difference. The week ago they're 4 inches high. A couple of days ago they're about 2-3 inches high, and these ones are just starting to pop through now, 1 or 2 of them. So yeah, that's and every one of them's coming up, so that's a good sign. Shows you the garlic's doing well. Celery, I had a couple out. The rest of them, if I can't get rid of them to neighbours, they'll be going in the compost. Artichokes, disappointed again with the artichokes. I was expecting these to come up about May, and they've come up now. Absolute crazy weather. They've only been in the ground 3 months. They're about 5 foot tall. They've all got the flowers on them. I was told that they would come up around about May. So yeah, again, gobsmacked how well they've done. But what we'll be doing is putting some onions in here in that bed. The collies over there, fortunately they ain't got hearts on them yet. I'm expecting them around about February. They're over here. There's a whole bunch of them. There's about 24 of them. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to them. Swing the camera around here, because the turnips, they're doing fine. Kale, I've had a couple of kale out of there. According to my neighbour, said the best thing they've ever tasted, so obviously they was great. I don't particularly eat them, but again, I was given some, so I chucked them in. The snowball onions now, I grew them too far apart, grew them 12 inches apart. So what I've done is I put another one in between them, so they're 6 inches apart now, so you got them coming up in 2 stages. Hopefully they'll catch up the ones I've only just stuck in. Pond, looking well. These flowers are still hanging in here on these geraniums. I'm going to be taking these geraniums and putting them in pots in the greenhouse. Take the heads off, and hopefully we'll get them back next year. And I just cleared out around the pond and what have you. Take some of this duckweed out as well, because it's covering the kabombo. That's the water plants which oxygenate the water. What the duckweed does is take the oxygen out of the water, so I must remove that. I keep taking it out, but it grows that prolific. As you see, all these boulders here I've picked up from around the site. You know, when people throw all the rocks away, they throw them to the end of the plots, and they ask for them. I say, well, don't you want them? Say, oh, take them. We're bloody hell, we're glad to get rid of them. So I made a bit of like a Japanese rock display around my pond. It looks alright. I mean, just back the camera out a bit. It don't look too bad. And the goldfish are fine in there. They'll be okay. I won't even have to take them in this year. They survived 2 years in there. Do you know what? I've not fed them in 2 years. But what I did is I did a test. I got me net in and I swooped around and to see what pond life is in there. And believe me, there's shrimps, there's bloodworm, there's everything in there. Daphnia, there's everything you would see in a normal pond is in there, and that's what they feed off. And the fish are really fat and healthy, and they also eat the weed what's in the pond, and they also eat the kabomba what's on the duckweed as well what's on top of the pond. Yeah, self-sustaining pond, really good. Well chuffed with that. That's what I was hoping I would achieve, and I've achieved that. That's a good thing. And there's about half a dozen, maybe 8 fish in there. Koi carp, there's tench, there's goldfish, crucian carp. There's a mix of different fish in there. They're not very big, but you know, now and again you see them come up to the top of the surface and bask in the sun when it's warm. Really good. That might need a lick of paint, this little bench here. These 2 pots are going to deadhead them. This is lemongrass, this. As you can see, it's all fallen back. That wind's starting to pick up now, so I'm going to try and get the wind me back into it. It's sort of blowing, it's like a northerly wind. Actually, it's swirling, so we'll get the back into it. So we're facing south now, so the wind's blowing into me back. Need to take some water out of this tank. My orchard, all the leaves have fallen off the trees now. My strawberry canes have started to, well, these ones here, started shooting up, so I've got canes for next year. Same here, rosemary either side here. I'll be doing that in each corner. I've got a load of bulbs to go around the perimeter. There's the old flag, the old Jolly Rogers back up on the Weaste allotments, flying once again. They won't beat me. Keep taking it, I'll keep putting it up until I catch them, then I'll snap the fingers off. These beds here now, I've taken the marigolds out and the dahlias. The dahlias are in a box inside the shed. They was on the floor when they raided the shed the other week, and I've managed to save them and put them in the box, another box. But in these borders at the moment are a load of tulips, but there's going to be a pile more tulips going in here, and lots of other different colour, different flowers as well. Strawberries are doing well, both beds. This is the cold frame. The raspberry canes are going to be going in. This it's going to be the herb bed. Now you see it's about 1 inch of well, it's dropped, so what I'm going to do is put gravel on the top of that, put the plants in and put the gravel around them, so they've got underneath them as well, so they've got plenty of drainage. You can't really see it. Now look at the greenhouse, see how it's all steamed up. That's because the hotbed is working, which is a good sign. I don't know if you can see the lettuce through the glass perspex there. You probably can't see them very clearly, but I assure you they're doing really well. You can see my compost bin again now. There's my compost bin. Even you can see the paving stones, so I need more paving stones. Them ones there will be going along here shortly. Let's go in here, show you what I got today. This is that shovel. I hope the door don't swing open, but swing shut. That shovel there, it's for putting posts in. So I got that shovel, like double handled, and I got this thing here as well. I got this shovel as well, and I paid, like I say, peanuts for them, £8 soon. I know that's very expensive. That's coming home with me later. I'm not leaving that in here. This is what they pinched. They pinched a little, oh, you can't see it now, the light's on, but there's a little, the light, they pinched the light, and this is where, inside here, where my dahlias are. Nice and snug for the year. So I'll put the lid back on. So there's not, but I've took everything what's of value out of here now, really. But like I say, when they come in here, they took my scales. Now the scales, you're going to be sitting up here. The light ain't turned on the bloody camera, but it's like 2 hooks, and the scales drop down here. So you could, anyhow, they've took the scales, but I've actually bought some more, so they're in my car. So when I need to do a reveal, I have to bring the scales up, and yeah, there we go. That's like I say, it's just a brief update. I've been huffing and puffing all week. Chest infection, man flu, feeling really low. Not been able to do much on the plot, but it's tidy enough. I've still haven't got my lad to get his backside down here and give these boards a painting. But I say, even though with the chest infection and the man flu, I've still been coming down every morning and every evening to lock my girls up and get the eggs. That's if I've had the chickens now for about 7 months. I've not had an egg in 7 months. I've gone right off eggs since my girls I just feel dead guilty eating them, so I give everybody else the eggs, and everybody says they're really, really nice. Now the funny thing is, I'll eat when I'm outside. I pull up to a butty bar. I have an egg and bacon with brown sauce. I mean, I don't mind eating egg and bacon when I don't know where it's come from, but I just can't bring myself to eat the eggs off my own chickens. I will go out and buy eggs, but I won't eat the eggs of my girls. It's just one of them things. It's a bit weird, I suppose, but everybody else benefits from it. Me missus and my daughters, they love them. It's just me, fussy bugger, I suppose. So yeah, everything's looking well. There's a few things I want to do, like I say, there's the around the scaffolding planks, give them a lick of this wood preserver. I haven't even put my bench up here, my fencing up yet. I've left that for the time being. The fencing's still here, all the posts and what have you, all there, all ready to go. Just haven't, like I say, I haven't got the energy to do out at the moment. Aaron he did some chicory, and I'll come down here. I want to show you something else before I end the video. He did some chicory where he put pots over the top of it to force the chicory. Now I did it on a couple of my rhubarb about 3 weeks ago, and surprise, surprise, I did it on 2 pots, and what happened was this one started to come up, that one started to come up, that one started to come up. Now that's the one where I put the pots over, that one and that one there. There's like 2 loads of rhubarb there. I put the pots over them, but all the rest of them all started to burst into life all along here. So I just took the pots off them. So we might be having rhubarb for Christmas. How weird's that? Can't believe how mild it is. But I reckon an hard frost would kill them anyhow, so it did kill the spuds. But it's pretty sheltered round the back here. I mean, there's my nemesis there. That's a nemesis for everybody, that. It's that Japanese knotweed. Look how it's about 10 foot tall. It's as tall as a bloody tree. But what we do, we've got a spray, what we spray along the back here to keep it at bay. Every year we do it, so it's getting no closer, thank God. And it's not come onto my allotments, which is a plus. This is what I'm after, a lid for this bin. It's watertight. The reason why I want a lid for it, I'm going to fill it with horse manure, then fill it up with water. I'm going to make a compost tea out of it to feed me strawberries and what have you, me tomatoes in the next, well, obviously next year. So there's still time to do that, and I'm also going to put some chicken manure in it as well. So there'll be horse manure and chicken manure in the bucket, in the actual dustbin with water. So see if that does any good. There's my little shed there. You don't normally see this shed here. I don't normally come down this end unless I really have to. But as you can see, the shed's in pretty good nick. This is my baby. This is what it's all about. I've got all leaves in there now. Hopefully we get my worms going again. I seeded it with a kilo of brandlings. You get your red worm, which is a smaller type of worm. Then you get your brandling, and then your lobworm. Well, these are the worms in between us, and the fish really love them. And I used to do a lot of fishing. I should have gone fishing yesterday, but I was so poorly. I just couldn't go. So yeah, so they get a reprieve again. I won't be fishing now until next year now. That's it, finished. My season's finished. I missed out really big time as well, because we get like presents as well. Like yesterday it was the fur and feather, and what happens is we get a bottle of whiskey or something like that each. But considering I've not had a drink in 28 years, it doesn't really matter. Someone else will get that. So there we go, we've been right round the plot. We see see just about everything. Like I said, I'll do another video soon as I get a few more bits and bobs together. Got to keep it interesting, I suppose. It's pointless talking about the same things over and over again, but I am growing, as you can see. It's not as if I've stopped growing. Everything's growing still here. On most allotments now, everything's closed down now for the winter. As you can see, everything's still coming up, so I can still do videos and show you the progress and the failures. I'm sure there'll be more failures. It's just this year I've had 2 failures with the potatoes in the greenhouse, which I can't do now about. And again with the peas over there, I couldn't do nothing about that, because what it was the next plot. Unfortunately, they got mildew on the pumpkins, and the wind was blowing this way, and it just basically went all over them and killed them. And the next thing will be probably the chickens. We'll be sorting the solar panel out for sure. We'll be getting them, and they will be getting some sort of light in there. What I'm doing now, I'm waiting for them. They're just having the stuff in the little faces. The time is approaching 20 past 4. In about next 25 minutes, and I'll be marching up that plank and I'll go to bed, hopefully. And then that's it for today. I'll be going home and having me tea. We're having topside today with all the trimmings, potatoes, you name it. We're having it. Carrots, there's parsnips, peas, gravy. Yeah, I'm making myself hungry. I better stop talking about it. I've got another 25 minutes to wait on it. I'll be getting a phone call in a minute to say it'll be ready, but she knows I'll be home for about 1:45, because that's the time it gets dark and these little darlings are running in the coop. I'm still getting, funny enough, I'm still getting eggs off them, even though, cause it's still so mild, so they're still laying, these girls. I'm getting around about I was getting 7 eggs a day. There's one of them that ain't laying, but again, it doesn't matter if they lay or they don't lay for me. They're all my pets and they've all got individual names. And yeah, they're quite happy girls. I just hope they don't start. There's a few feathers in there. I just hope they ain't getting the molting, because it's the wrong time of year for the daft buggers to do, you know, to molt. They don't fight. They've got the pecking order now as well. That's a good thing. You get the odd one, it gets in the way of the main girl. She gives them a peck on the back side and shifts them out of the way. There they all are, having a drink. There's even water inside the coop at night, so what I've got to do now is get some glycerin as well. There's the thing, if you've got chickens, and as soon as this frost really gets on it, it'll freeze them up. So what you're going to need, boys and girls, is put a teaspoon of glycerin into the water, and it stops it from freezing, apparently. So I'll have to get some glycerin. I can't bloody say that word. It's one of them, innit? Right, so there you go. That's the last look. So we're out of here. So good evening for Weaste Allotments. Bye bye for now.